Well, good evening everybody, and thank you for Jeff for inviting me to come along here tonight. How has everyone found the night so far? Have you been inspired and thought about things that you might want to go off from here and do tonight? As mentioned, I like technology and I like playing with it, and both Jeff and I have found Wordle at a very early time, and you can see that's on Jeff's poster here as well. But in here I wanted to play with some words that meant something to me about what creativity might be. And there may be some words that resonate with you in there as well. Particularly with Kayleen, I've looked at the bush. Other people talk about passion, being brave, being innovative, and there's a whole range of things that we could put on a screen like that to talk about what creativity might mean to us, and it'd still only be a very small part of the possibilities that are out there. Again, this in itself is something that people can take and use as a tool to be able to put together things. I guess in talking about creativity, there were a number of things I looked at, and one of those is being an individual and having, doing something for yourself, not necessarily for everybody else. It's about pushing boundaries, daring to be different. And I think we've seen a lot of people in the room here tonight who've gone out and done that. I think someone talked before about stepping out of the circle or out of the box. I call it stepping out of your comfort zone and having a go at something different. It is about taking chances, because you never know how it might turn out. The other one, as I said, was having a go, and that's a real Australian trait to do that, to just jump in and have a go at something. It's daring to dream, and a lot of us don't do that enough, do we? We go through the mundane 9 to 5 and we don't have that dream about what it is we want to do. And the last one I thought was dream big. If you're going to have a go at something, really aim for the sky and go for the big ticket items and put those out there. I found this really nice definition that creativity is like a fragrant rose, blooming in one's mind, causing one to pause before going forward. And I really like that analogy, if you like, because we all have that image of roses and fragrant flowers, and we've got the scent, we've got the image of what it is. And it does create something in our mind about where we want to be and how we do want to go forward with this. So I've got a little exercise I'd like you to do, because you're not going to sit here and do nothing. There's pieces of paper that have been given out. I'd like you to think about one word of what creativity might mean for you. And from what you've heard of what people say here tonight, maybe it's something inside your own heart that you've always thought, but just one word that you might take away from tonight about what you think creativity might be. And while we're doing that, I'll just tell you a little bit about that Buzzz Moreau story. I was invited to go to a songwriters workshop at North Keppel. I don't sing, I don't play an instrument, but I write poetry, and I thought I'll give it a go. And I went over and did the workshop, and I had as a mentor a former Rockhampton man who's got his own band in Brisbane, Chris Dale, and I had done a welcome poem, just welcoming people to North Keppel, even though I'm not from that group. But I felt I needed to say something about the magic of that place. And so we used that poem and we worked it into a song. And Chris Dale plays in a band called Halfway with one of the Buzzz brothers. And Buzzz Moreau were on the island at that time. And they said, we might do something with that. And they rang me up and they said they were going to get permission to put on the album, which they did. And I got an email from them when they were over in the States to say they were playing that song, just an acoustic version, down by the Brooklyn Bridge. And I thought that was amazing. Just to think this little song that had been created, a poem in central Queensland, was now seen and being played over in New York. This is just another piece of technology as well. Time-lapse, people haven't heard of it. But I just thought in reference to that earlier statement I said about creativity being like the rose, I think that's something, as we see it, breaking out of the bud and expanding, and the depth and the colour and the passion and the feel of it. That's what can come forth as we're creating something beautiful for ourselves or for others around us. And then you see the other accompanying buds also coming out. And I really think there's a message in that. If you have a go and you dare to dream big, you may encourage other people to come forward and realise what their dreams and passions could be as well. So In terms of the words that you put on your sheet of paper tonight, I'd like you to think to go away from here tonight, and those words are your buds and your flowers that you'll bring forth, and they'll bloom and they'll mean something for you in terms of your creativity. So thank you very much.